phase out the updates for your version.
I'm sorry.
There you go. So ladles and jelly spoons, that's what we're talking about. Welcome to Truth, Love, and Peace, live at the Tinderbox. Talking about updating cell phones and how one of the slowest parts of this setup is me waiting on this thing. So we're live on Facebook, YouTube, and hopefully you can hear us through these wonderful little microphones.
Hell yeah.
Yo.
My guests today, Trey, Curtis, and Phillip.
What up?
I didn't ask for bios because I kind of figured we could introduce ourselves as we go along. But if you guys want
I like that.
to toss a little something out there, we're all lighting stuff up and smoking things here at the Tinderbox. Who wants to go for, like, you guys have known each other a lot longer than we've known each other. So for those who haven't met you yet, who wants to start with the backstory? Well, Brandon wants to be involved.
Oh, I can be involved. I was looking for that valve that you had, or did I take that with me?
You took it with you.
Okay.
We have no.
Alright.
That's Brandon, everybody.
Brandon.
B.
Backstory.
Yeah, I put it on the thing.
Backstory. You want backstory for everybody?
Well, you don't have to give us a big backstory.
No.
Like, the first time I met Trey was here, I think.
I met everybody at the Tinderbox.
Oh, yeah?
Sat in here and got drunk one night.
Isn't it funny how it works?
Finals,
Isn't it funny how it
that
works?
was
What
my
finals
finals.
were you watching?
NBA finals, I believe.
Golden State, go Warriors.
Yup.
Fuck the Lakers.
Yeah.
Fuck LeBron.
Oh, so sports fans, tell us, how does the sports community, LeBron's like shunned?
Yeah, see, I can't. I'm really not a sports fan. Though. Like,
That's a big move.
mean, I like watching sports, man, but I don't really follow what another grown man is doing playing a game. Like, I don't care about his fucking stats and, like, how tall he is and shit like that,
Yeah.
I do enjoy watching.
I mean, even if you don't watch sports, though, it's something that you can't, like,
Can't get away from.
Yeah,
I mean,
not notice or be, like, around a
it's a
conversation.
conversation, yeah.
You know?
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't mind talking about it. I don't follow much.
Yeah.
I mean,
Just,
Football and basketball, I keep it based.
oh, yeah.
Based.
Well, I've been keeping up with soccer, that's...
Man, I can't give it soccer, man.
Well, the World Cup,
We
man.
watched the
Alright,
World
good running,
Cup
guys.
up here,
thank you.
and or who was it? Croatia versus Russia.
Yeah.
It's pretty. I mean, it's interesting. Not knowing what the fuck's going on,
Like,
like asking these dudes questions.
Like how long it lasts? Like was it
90
quarters?
minutes.
Was it 90 minutes?
Two 45-minute halves. Fucking
know, man.
crazy.
I'll take a couple of these.
Yeah, this tube pulls a little hard, but it works. It works. Okay.
Shout out to the bartender, Z.
Yeah, thank you, Brandon, for making the hookah work.
Great teamwork.
As soon as the hookah starts working, I'm gonna light up my pipe, but that's all right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, much
Oh,
better.
he had something to do with it.
Oh yeah.
The Jolly Rancher
Yeah.
with, what is it?
Swag Bear.
Swag Bear.
Pretty good.
Oh yeah.
That's a hell of a combo.
Don't tell everybody what the fuck it is.
I just told them the name, man.
It's a Tinderbox special, man. You
He's
gotta
just promoting
come to
it.
the
Come to the
Tinderbox.
Tinderbox
You
and
got
you'll
to.
get Jolly Rancher.
It's your very own original.
You'll get yelled at by the bartender and he'll give you a Jolly Rancher.
It'll be perfect.
Great fun.
Only if you're an ass, he said.
I'm Phillip, your local ass.
There you go, there's a good guy.
I'm looking at the video, and the bottom of our table is lit very, very well. If you put your feet in the middle, like you can see, we're well lit on the downside. It's beautiful. No, it's great. It's just I just happened to notice it, and I figured I'd share. See, that's
Who got told that? Somebody got told that.
See, you wanted to thought.
why you can smell them.
Nuh-uh, you
One me. One me. Yeah. The LeBron thing, I don't know, man. That's just kind of like, oh man, how bad do you have to be for somebody to leave and come back and leave again?
Well, and then now the West is going to be stacked.
He's still not gonna win though.
Oh, yeah, no. Golden
Still
State's
ain't
going to
gonna
keep
win.
it.
Still ain't gonna win.
I love these murals that everybody keeps painting
Keep
up
destroying,
there.
yeah.
And then people are vandalizing this shit, like spray painting
Just
over his
taking it
mouth
off.
and like we don't want the king and all this shit. Like,
Crazy. I don't see him winning. He probably gonna. I think he might stay 2 years tops.
Did he
Think
sign
so?
into a
like
Was it a
5.
2 or 4 year
But you know, he always put that clause in the contract after I think 3 or 4 years option to leave if they don't win. But you know LeBron's strategy though. He just get in the front office and he starts. But you can't do that with the Lakers, man. We ain't talking about Cleveland. We talking about the Lakers, like.
Yeah.
So I don't think
That's
he's
a
gonna
business
win.
right there.
Yeah, that's. You got Magic Johnson. Like, come on, man. You ain't finna do them how you did Cleveland. Like, I don't care what you do. So,
Yeah, he's a pretty good basketball player. I don't keep up with franchises that much to know too much about it.
man,
It's just a
I'm
spectacle to
biased.
me.
I mean, I don't like him because, like I said, man, he to me he give up too much. That's just me. That's just my opinion. He give up too much. Like this final, he went out
Yeah, leave
like 3-4 minutes left in the game. Like if you a true player and you want to be the heart of the team, you gonna fight it out to the end. Like you're not gonna just hang it up.
Never.
Like you just hang, just give up. Like
No.
So I lost all respect. And I'm like, man, come on, man.
He
Like,
obviously had better shit
you
to
had
do.
better shit to do. Like, I know my road over here, so I'm finna go somewhere else. Everybody roll tide fan though, right?
Go pachyderms.
Well, man, you know,
It's
that's the
a
same.
Chanel.
I feel the same way though, man. Like I live in Alabama. I was born here, but I didn't go to that fucking school. Like, you know, nobody in my family went to that school. Like, what am I supposed to just root for a team because my dad does? You know, like I don't have an affiliation with any of these teams. So really, I'll watch the game, and you know, it's that like Southern dude in me that like when I watch news, I'm like, oh god damn it, like oh fuck, we lost. I'm like, dude, why am I getting worried about this shit? You know, like if I was like really, you know, into the shit, I would get furious, you know, throwing shit, like angry about it.
Oh, it's fun when you're in Tuscaloosa then.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
Oh, it's nuts.
It's crazy. Even when you're just at a house party and you're watching that shit. Oh man.
I guess that makes sense. Energy's up.
Yeah. It's high pressure and a lot of people.
Yeah, but it's that tunnel vision kind of energy,
Yeah.
man. Like when I was,
Oh, very drunk, very like heated.
there was nothing that made me angrier on a regular basis than having to walk through a crowd of tailgaters. It's like I am shedding IQ points, man. Like this is unacceptable as we're walking down the street.
It's absurd.
It's a hell of a party, but man, it's people had tunnel vision. It's like, oh, football. It's like no matter what else is going on around the world.
See, you got different. You gotta separate the two. You got Alabama football, then you got regular football. Like, you got regular college football, then you got Alabama football.
Very intense.
Totally different.
You can see in Alabama, this is what happens. I say one negative thing, and the 3 audience members that we had all bailed.
Get upset.
One negative Alabama comment, they're all gone. Well, they're all employees. We're just happy to be here. Yeah. It's tribalism to me. The reason I don't get big into sports is because it's tribalism. Like if you're not on the team, if you're not an alumni, like you said, like why am I involved? Why do I care about this thing that has so little? Yeah.
I'm not tired of
Yeah.
that anyway.
I'm all about a good spectacle, but a damn
Good
sure.
game. That's all I want to see.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Damn sure don't go poisoning trees over it. Like, that's nonsense.
A rope tide. A rope tide. He pulls the fuck out that
Roll
tree,
Tide.
boy.
That's probably the most Mobile thing or Alabama thing I'm gonna everybody roll hat.
That dude was crazy as fuck.
See, I was mocking it, and everybody still rolled tide.
Yep. They still do.
Didn't he
Still
admit it,
roll tide,
like,
bro.
I think he admitted it on like Paul Feinbaum and then went back and said that he didn't say like something like that.
Updike, what the
The
hell,
F-bomb.
Updike?
Huh?
Who you talking about? Dude,
Paul Feinbaum?
No, I thought you were talking about the dude poison trees.
Zeke, will
yeah.
you do me a
Was
favor?
that his name?
Will you take a listen to us on Facebook somewhere and see what the audio
I
sounds
think
like?
so. It might be. I think he named his daughters Allie and Bama.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. Something
Yeah.
crazy like that.
Goodness
Fuck I'm
gracious.
talking about.
Those two girls.
That's true pride right there.
What do you put in between those two? I don't know. What's his name? Just to ruin that father's dreams? What's the mascot's name for Auburn? Do they have a name for the eagle?
Albie is the
Albie?
They got real creative with that one. Damn.
I don't know what the eagle's name is. Does the eagle have a name?
So Allie's gonna start fucking Aubie, and Aubie's gonna cheat on her with Bammy, and it's gonna be Iron Bowl right in your living room.
Oh, he'll be having a heart attack by then.
That's
He's gonna
how.
be dead by then.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Rush him to the hospital.
what's worse than your two daughters named Alabama ending up on a stripper pole?
Oh,
The
what are the
stripper pole
chances?
being an
That's
Auburn
the
guy.
killing, though. Make a killing in Tuscaloosa.
That's the better question. What's the likelihood? Probably very high.
High chance.
Oh man. There was a study done once upon a time. The evidence bore it out. People's names have a huge impact on the rest of their life.
I believe it.
Yeah, I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
My real name is Garland.
Garland,
Yeah.
like Merrick Garland, the
Like-
judge that didn't get nominated.
Like Garland. I don't know how you spell his name.
How you feel about
Close.
that? You act like you don't like that
Is
shit
it
at
bad?
all.
Man, hey, because for years it was, I got called the wrong shit. They would spell it right. You like garlic, Garland. Like, oh, you the shit that go around the Christmas tree. Like, come on. Damn, man. Come on, you just gonna ruin me, man. Fuck it. So I just tell everybody call me Trey.
Yeah.
I'm the third anyway, so.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
There are plenty of Garlands out there.
Hey, man. Like, I remember I was at work one day and the guy told me, man, you the only dude I know got two names. You got two cities named after. I'm like, man, get the hell out of here, man.
Nah, man, that's weird. I've always been like Curtis.
What they call you for short, Kurt?
Yeah, I guess, but I don't like that shit.
You don't
Like,
like-
Brandon keep calling me Kurt, and that's alright. Like a couple of people like, what up, Kurt? I don't mind that. So like, being introduced, I'm
That's
not
Kurt.
Kurt.
My name's
That's-
Curtis.
That's not how that ain't me. I ain't no fucking Kurt, you know, fucking, man.
I don't know. I had
Curtis.
too many nicknames to even bother with.
What you got, Phil?
Bill, when I was a kid, my mom used to call me Fluffy Dog. But she
Damn.
said when I popped out, I had my afro just like crazy, and I was called Philadelphia, Philly D, and then it's called Dr. Phil, Philly. Doesn't matter. I'll respond to anything. You can be like, hey, fucker. Starts with an F. I'll probably check.
My full name, James Compton Smith. So
She sound like you're supposed to be on a law board.
I'm Jim Smith.
Compton
30
Smith.
years, man. It's like,
Followers.
Fortune
Led an
500
expedition
company.
to Africa. Jeez, man.
they
Charted across the French territory.
Yeah, dude.
not even close.
Parts unknown.
But my grandparents, great-great-grandfathers were here in the 1800s, and when Alabama was the West, they went to Demopolis. Like they were all in the Carolinas. The Compton brothers, some of them were in more trouble than others. Some of them made it to the Midwest because there were no fucking laws. And some of them stopped in Alabama. And great-great-great-grandfather ended up in Demopolis, Alabama, went looking for his neighbor, ended up finding his brother who he hadn't seen in years and years and years. Ended up being neighbors. Yeah. And so my family's been in West Alabama ever since.
Nah, we
You sound better, Zeke?
kind of
We're just checking volume levels while we're
honestly,
Yo,
this is very
yo.
meta too, watching us like through his telephone.
yeah, like listening to
Telephone.
How we sound.
Said that.
It's like 30 seconds late, so I'm like, ah,
That works.
Thank you, Z.
Zeke Buckholz, bartender at the
Bartender.
Tinderbox. Badass. Awesomeness.
Best bartender I've had.
He lets me host the comedy open mic, so I owe him everything.
Yeah, the weird part about delving into your past is like you find some cool stuff about your family and then some weird stuff.
Fuck that shit.
Right.
Dude, my mom's side, my grandfather comes from like Daniel Boone and like that stuff. But then like my grandma, like her mother's side, they came from like Nashville, and this is like
So where the
they
Cuban
got
side come in
settled.
at?
Oh, there's no Cuban.
That's no Cuban?
No,
I
no
thought you said you were Cuban.
Oh, that's probably just fucking around.
That's more likely.
Yeah, probably. But
That's crazy. Do you know about your family like that? I don't know about my family like that.
Kind of, sort of.
Like I don't know any like
Like a
No
little
shit.
bit.
I know what my DNA is because I had to do one of the fucking Ancestry.com
Well,
things.
that shit scares me now.
Why?
Because
Is it
I don't want them to
going
have
after
my
you?
blood.
How
Well, they
detailed
already
were the
got-
results?
What if they want to recreate me or something like that?
They
People are
already,
trying to steal
dude,
my
they
Facebook
already
account.
have. If they already had it,
Yeah,
if they
they
want
already-
it, they got it.
When CRISPR and Facebook get together, then you
Yeah.
can worry.
There you
Right?
go.
So what kind of information do they give you on your DNA
They
test?
give you. I'll pull it up right here, and it seemed pretty accurate because my grandfather did this also, and came in and said like cousin or closer family, and he was like the first one to pop up. I was like, there's a little bit of something, you know. I didn't like log into Facebook or any of this shit, so that was pretty cool.
I know I got like Scottish and
I am
Italian, a whole bunch of shit.
Hell yeah, man. Well, we're all mutts.
Yeah.
Well, see,
We're all
that's what-
mutts for
That's
sure.
why I also feel like it'd just be pointless because I think we just came from like Scotland
yeah.
and England.
Well,
and
the-
we've been here since like.
Well, the reason I ask gets into the haplogroups, like the evolution
My
out
bad,
of
it's not
Africa.
Scottish, Swedish.
Swedish.
Yeah, Swedish.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Swedish.
Yeah. Mind your elbow.
That's tight.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
I am 76% Great Britain, 11% Ireland, Scotland, and Wales, 3% Scandinavian, 3% Iberian Peninsula, 2% Europe West, 2% Finnish, Northwest Russian, and 1% African, North African.
Shit, it is pretty detailed.
Yeah.
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 So that's what I found out. It didn't give me any records because I did not pay them anything.
Mm.
Because you got to pay to get that kind of shit, I guess.
So you just send them your blood, they did it
So
for free, and you got
I
all that
paid,
back.
it was a Christmas gift that I got, and it was like $100 to do the DNA test, and that's all you get.
Then you have to
Spit
pay
in
for
it.
more.
To get more info.
Yeah, to get more info, get the
Oh,
record.
so you just spit into it?
Yeah, that's what you do.
Spit
I
it
thought it was
in.
like blood or something.
What do you think? I'm gonna like give them my blood and shit
Yeah, like
and
you have
send it
to
off?
prick your finger and then put it on
No.
like 2 pieces of glass. And send it
If
off.
23andMe depended on people drawing their own blood,
I don't think they
can
have
you
that.
That's how you
imagine?
get the real accurate.
Either people would either end up dead or with
Yeah.
Hep C. There'd be a rash of something.
Hey man, I didn't look
We
into it.
recycle all
I
our
said I was
needles.
scared of it. I don't want to.
Don't be.
No.
For what? What you scared for?
Oh man.
Because the government, man.
Man,
No,
people are gonna be paying
Somebody
for
got
privacy in the future.
Who got somebody got arrested?
from because somebody in their family did an Ancestry.com report. Who was it? It was one of the serial killers that was in the 50s, and this guy was a cop.
So Zeke's saying that there was a cop in the 50s,
Oh.
Yeah, and he was killing people.
and he was
What was
killing
his
people,
name?
and because of
And he
20.
just got caught recently.
He
because
was like,
somebody
he had a
tried to
name, dude. He was like a serial killer. He had like the Golden State Killer or something.
That was it.
Was that it?
Yeah,
Was that it?
Yeah.
There you go.
So what was it? So like, he just got caught through Ancestry.com.
One of his granddaughters was like, well, I want to find out. Like,
So she did
my
the
dumb ass
ancestry
did,
and got
and
the-
she spit in this shit and sent it off, and then they were like,
They called
Yeah,
him.
man.
do you know?
Damn.
That goes to show you how deep the DNA database registry is.
Yeah.
23andMe.
Put away criminals.
Apparently, there is.
But how the hell? If this when this happened, Zeke, in like the 50s?
Nah,
No,
it happened in the
it's-
50s.
No,
So
they-
they
was doing-
had the-
Well, like he did the
I
killing.
heard
They
that.
didn't
Yeah,
have the
yeah.
I was
technology.
gonna say they were
didn't
doing
have the
forensic
technology.
testing back
No,
then.
no, no. They didn't have the
No.
technology then, so they just kept all this shit, and I guess
They just compiled the case and then
they just somebody was probably like
Somebody was
on that
hella
shit every
bored.
night, like thinking, about, I gotta solve this case.
somebody was hella
This is my
bored.
last case.
Yeah.
Then I'll be done.
I've been after him.
That's a
37
cold
years.
case.
Yeah.
That's hella cold.
You gotta let it go. Johnny, you gotta let it go. I can't.
So trust me, someone's gonna slip up.
If I let him go, nobody will
up.
solve the case.
Spin the cup and sent your grandfather to jail.
Oh, that's
Goddamn, I could have done
that's
What
too
if the
funny.
poor guy's like, I didn't even do
On this damn deathbed.
that. Yeah. But I spit in the cup. I did it.
The Golden State Killer.
Don't go killing anybody then.
Yeah. Screwed up my grandkids, I guess.
Fuck, man.
Well, it's just a matter of time before everybody's DNA is trackable
Well,
somewhere.
that's what I was gonna say. I mean, if the government wants your shit, they got your
Yeah,
shit.
they already got your social security number.
They got you, big.
If you've ever been on social media,
Yeah, they got
if you've
everything.
ever,
They
yeah.
got you, big. Every time they hacked, it probably wasn't Russia that hacked you. It was probably the government.
People are gonna be paying a lot for anonymity in the future.
It's very true. That's a very good point.
Yeah.
And
That'll be a currency. Or
Yeah.
like at least a trade.
when people start downgrading, like in Gattaca, when that poor guy was like, my parents wanted a natural kid, and so now I got this heart defect. No, Gattaca, am I the only one?
I'm familiar with the movie, but I don't I've never seen it.
So in the world of designer babies, if some parent says, no, I want an all-natural kid, and then designer babies is not quite just by design, it's also vaccinations. So when the future version of vaccinations is genetic manipulation to keep you from having dementia or heart disease later on in life, and people are like anti-vaxxer, anti-designer baby, and then you get, what was his name, Ethan Hawke, having to chop up his shins because his parents didn't want to modify him.
Ethan Hawke is in this movie?
In Gattaca, am I crazy?
That's wild.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Gotta go
I
new.
gotta look at this up. I've never seen. I've heard people like Gattaca.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so back in the day, Jude Law, and I'm pretty sure it was Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman, were some pretty tall, skinny blonde, one of those. They're in this movie, and it's all about designer people, and this guy has to have all kinds of crazy stuff done, and he literally gets shin implants so that he can be taller. And
Oh yeah,
via
I remember that
DNA.
damn movie. No, am I thinking about the same movie?
Yeah,
where
and
his brother
he-
was like the swimmer.
Yeah.
I've seen this movie.
I
Yeah,
think
It's
you're
old.
thinking-
yeah, it's hella
really
old.
old.
Yeah,
That's
Like
from
90s.
All Day Afternoon, though.
he had like a twin brother, and they kind of made him look the same, but they had totally different. Yeah.
Attica was from Dog Day Afternoon, and that was when he was talking about like a previous robbery, and he's like, when the robbers got gunned down by cops under like hostage negotiation, and then the hostages get killed, and so that's why Pacino's like Attica, getting the crowd all riled up.
Yes.
That's a great movie scene.
Yes.
But
Whole
nothing to do with
other
Gattaca.
thing. Oh, yeah, no.
Nothing to do with Gattaca.
Good tangent, though.
Yeah, you're very right. Ethan Hawke, Jude Law, Uma Thurman, all those things. All
Yeah.
those people are in this movie.
That's-
1997.
That's my
That sounds
version
like
of
some
super
bloody
bad.
shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Science fiction, film, thriller,
Shit
1 hour and
extensions.
48 minutes.
1997. He also old.
He just wants to be taller.
The 30s.
Wait, so what? How does he do this? He just wants to be taller?
No, so he is genetically inferior, and he wants to be an astronaut. And to be an astronaut, you have to go to this special school and go through this program. But they use DNA to identify everybody, and so he has to find someone, Jude Law, who is this.
Smarter, but I think he was in the wheelchair.
Yeah, he's crippled,
He crippled, so
but
Is
he's a
this set, like,
genius, and so he impersonates him.
Like 20 years in the future.
Was he a genetic baby?
Yeah, he
Or
is
is this in, like, the present?
the genetic dude.
But he's crippled. I thought that
Because
was
he got in a car
he got in
accident.
a car accident.
Well, he wanted to commit suicide, so he walked in front of the car. Just all kind of spoiler alerts for those of you that are going to go watch Gattaca.
Sorry, we're spoiling.
It came out in the
1997.
90s.
Yeah.
97.
Yeah, if you
Deal
haven't
with
seen
it.
it, then you shouldn't be worried about it. I'm not. Just get over it, y'all.
Move
Go
on.
and watch it.
Entertaining though. But genetic designer babies, that's coming. That's
So
a
is
whole
this,
other
is
thing.
this like 20 years in the future in the setting of the movie? Or
it might have been like
2000.
2000.
2018.
I don't remember. It was like 2030, 2020,
20,
2030.
20, you
Okay,
think so?
not
I think like
too-
2015. It was somewhere around that
Yeah,
time. It
not
wasn't too
way
far
out
ahead.
there.
I mean, it was 20 years from that
Yeah.
present.
They weren't as far off as Demolition Man, if that's what you're looking for. Demolition
that's
Man
the
was
best.
like 10 years ago.
when you're like watching the timelines all creep up.
Yeah.
Like, didn't we just get to Back to the Future?
Yes.
Because 2018.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We did Come and Gone, and then Nike released that special Back to the Future shoe that they
I
charge
seen
a
the
shit ton
DeLorean
of money.
now. Yeah. It's a DeLorean mobile.
Is there?
Yeah.
Nice. Is it a real DeLorean, or
Yeah.
is it just a shell?
No, this is a real DeLorean.
Cool.
I saw that at a junkyard.
Man, we still don't have hoverboards or real hoverboards. Those things have wheels and they fall from people.
I had everybody scared from the year 2000.
Yeah.
The world finna end.
Y2K.
Everything is just finna go up in flames.
See, that was before our time. We're like picking our nose in 2000.
So how old are y'all?
I still remember.
24. I just had my 24th
Shit.
birthday, man.
Well, see, I remember watching
37.
Okay.
I was
young as boy.
going on
Legit.
7 by then.
Legitimate.
but
Oh, 7.
My aunt, my mom used to call her Y2 Kate because she was stocking up like crazy, and she would have a shitload of canned goods. So it took about a year to knock all those out.
Wow.
Between the two families.
Wow.
Insane.
She was prepared.
Oh, she was definitely prepared.
Anybody come away with cholesterol problems? That's a lot of sodium in that.
Yeah, a lot of cold ravioli.
A lot of cold ravioli.
Yeah, we stayed in that bunker for like 3 months.
2.5.
Then we
What do
finally
you mean cold ravioli?
Dude, I didn't realize that ravioli could be heated up and everything until
To
like
win.
school. Like 6th grade. I was so content just opening it up.
Oh,
Nobody was gonna say anything
No,
about
no.
him eating cold ravioli. What y'all eat cold ravioli?
I have. I've been there.
man.
When you're a
I've been
kid
there.
and you don't realize.
man, I stopped eating ravioli.
When you drink a fifth of wild turkey a day, you really don't care if the ravioli's hot, all right?
Functions are very
If,
low.
if I can't heat raviolis up, I'm like I might think about it and then I open the can and look at it like,
Think about all that indication. Ugh.
See, now it's different. But when you don't know any better, and your mom's just like, well, I have a lot more shit to handle, so.
I got a lot more worry about the cold ravioli.
Cold ravioli. Coming down on me with my cold ravioli.
sorry, man. Can't fuck with
Culture
cold
judgment.
ravioli.
It was delicious back then.
Maybe if
I
it was
didn't know
just the
better.
raviolis or something, but that
With
sauce
that
in there,
sauce
and then
and
you
that
creak it open, and there's like some grease.
Grease.
that's-
Oh, yeah.
Like almost like
It's all
bird.
congealed.
But
Yeah.
they also don't make it like they used to. They also don't make it like they used to.
Chef
They don't make a lot
Boyardee
of
is
Chef
not
Boyardee slipping, man.
muscle cars.
They don't make them like they used to.
They don't make a lot of stuff like they used to. Y'all seen a Big Mac lately?
Oh, yeah.
I don't
Man, I think a Big Mac like this big. Man.
It's
It's like a crystal.
Everything's small. Man.
They can cram a lot of poison in a tiny little space these days.
Oh,
Yeah, they can.
It's amazing. It's the most tasty poison ever, too. It's hard. Like, of all the addictions I have ever had, fast food is the toughest one to quit.
I think I gave up McDonald's years ago, like as far as burgers and stuff. I
Yeah.
saw a YouTube video of what it takes for your body to
Yeah.
digest a cheeseburger and what it looked like. I was good after that. I ain't had it.
But see, I don't eat McDonald's burgers.
like you ever had all right, let me tell you something. You ever dropped a French fry?
Yeah, yeah.
And then found it, man, that French fry still look the same.
It's the same, but it's just a fucking
You be
rock.
like, what the
I heard it
fuck?
takes 5 years to digest it.
Man, hey, I'm good.
That's scary as hell.
I'm good.
I will eat a McGriddle though.
Yeah, I eat the breakfast.
Breakfast?
I eat the breakfast.
I'm loving those McGriddles.
Sausage
baby.
burrito.
I eat the breakfast,
Hell yeah.
but like the burgers, I'm good.
I like to put the hash brown on top of the sausage biscuit.
That's a
Like
that's
right
a
in the
boss
middle.
meal right there.
Dude, with some mustard.
That sound like a drunk meal.
Yeah.
Sound like a drunk man meal.
And now you can get breakfast anytime of the
Any
day.
time of the day, that was the worst, best thing ever.
Worst best thing.
Worst best thing ever.
We got all these things to smoke. Look, I'm stealing your sprout.
Oh shit. Yeah, let me put
Can I
it
get,
on.
oh wait, it's not Whiskey Wednesday. It's Tuesday. They don't care because you got me all fucked up.
Yeah, that
I don't
port's
like
just
it.
messed
I
up.
got a
You
cranberry and vodka.
Oh, you
Oh,
mentioned
that's all right. I got
whiskey-
all kinds of
whiskey
things
Don't,
to
Wednesday.
over
don't
here.
blame that on me.
Alright.
Oh man.
This is my own fault. I'll have one of those.
So what everybody did today?
Worked. Fucking bitch. Well, that's about it, man. I went to work and then I got off and then came up here.
Yeah.
So let's, since the low dive is closed, let's just shoot for the high dive, shall we? All right, so that's the ease in. Trey, you said you went back and watched the Gavin Randall episode. I know you guys have been around and heard some of the Truth, Love, and Peace talk. But one of the ideas behind Truth, Love, and Peace, it's a worldview, it's an ontology, it's what I believe in, and it's kind of the way that I process shit in the world. So it's like when people ask, what do you believe in? Truth, Love, and Peace. It's my short answer. And we've hinted around some of those topics like artificial intelligence and all that good stuff. And so I toss all that out there to say, you can take it there. Like, what? Not just what did you do today and how did your day go, but like watching that episode with Gavin Randall, part of what I want to do with this is learn from the people around me and share what I know. And so, was there anything in the Gavin Randall episode that you took away from it that you didn't know before?
Y'all go funny as shit. Shit, like, man, they were cracking up in that car. They were bouncing jokes off each other, so it was pretty good.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, they did. I think it was in the podcast.
Yeah. Well, the beauty of this setup is that it's mobile, and so like we can take it anywhere. We can do stuff like this. Like this setup is not far from what it would be like if we were in my car. So it's just a little more spread out.
I think that podcast was almost 2 hours long.
Yeah,
it was long.
We had a good time.
And then the one with what's his name?
I think the one with Alfred Ward is the one we were watching here.
Hella long, dude.
Well, Alfred's a talker, man. You wind him up and watch him go. He's so good, though. So that is a segue into what's your truth, love, and peace? Whoever wants to go first.
Dude, I'll go first. Truth, love, and peace. I don't know, man.
What do you come back to? What's your root?
Try to be good, man. Try to be kind. Help people in need, you know. But
need a lot of that these days.
Yeah, dude. Try to worry about that. I'm not worried about a other power, you know, that I need to look out for or anything. I do believe that we were, you know, created or something happened. There's too many weird fucking things that go in this world that like I can't see science being involved in, you know, a little something, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't worry about doing right, getting good with whatever's coming next, but just being a decent person.
Yeah.
You know?
Just that following that rule number 1. Don't be a dick.
Here, I'm very open to anything too, man. Like I don't give a fuck what you think or what you believe. I'll listen to you. I'm not really a debating type. You know, I'm definitely more. Let me hear what you gotta say, and I'll think about that.
I'll process it
and take that into how I'm living.
Yeah.
So maybe an adaptive chameleon, maybe something like that.
Are there any experiences that jump out in your mind that help shape that worldview? Like I got run over as a kid by a flatbed trailer on a hayride. Kind of changes the way I thought about shit, you know?
I think maybe being brought up Catholic and then my dad's Baptist. So then we had that side.
I went to That's crazy. I went to Catholic school for like 10 years.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And so it's like I'm being, it's not going to church to get something out of it. You know, I'm going to church like, I gotta go to church. Like they're making me go to church every fucking Friday, and I gotta go here and sit and just like listen to these dudes talk. You know, it's that kind of affected me in thinking. You know, I see a lot of greed in Catholicism and see that side of it. So you know, as far as like that belief, that's what I've been taught.
Yeah.
And I know that's probably not right. Like you know, it's more power to anybody who believes that.
Sure. Religion can be a little tricky, though. Religion is what other people teach you to believe. The things that I believe when I talk about truth, love, and peace is the things that I believe because I went back and questioned everything I was taught and tried to rationalize it. So there are definitely two sets there. You know, religious beliefs are really important, but they take a secondary to natural law, natural beliefs, in my opinion. So kind of different things. I imagine two different religious house divided.
But see, it wasn't
It
ever
really
like,
run the house divided though. It's just like he went to Catholic school
Yeah.
and then came home. It's just
It
normal.
was
That's like my
Baptist.
house.
It's like Dad's not gonna go to church this time, and he's not. And if he goes, he's not gonna fuck with anything. You know, he's just gonna sit there and like. Then we're gonna go get something to eat afterwards.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it wasn't really house divided like that, man. But I don't know. You talk about like living life. I'm just now getting to that living life where I'm not. You know, I've been living by myself for like 4 years now, but it's just now I'm getting you know, looking out here instead of in here. So
Fascinating. I'm going the other way. I'm so done looking around at the world. It's so fucking ugly. Been doing a lot of the other
I
direction.
agree with that statement, but I don't know. Other people getting
Sure.
knowledge from other people.
Yeah.
More is what I'm going for. Like not wondering what's out there in the world. You know, just it's listening to elders, to anybody who's lived on this fucking world for a little longer than I have, to shed some light on my
Receptive to learn. I'm pretty simple though. I live along the ideology of love all, trust few, fear none.
Say that one more time.
Love all, trust few, fear none.
Love all, trust few, fear none.
Yeah. You can operate like that, you can get through the world.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple.
Yeah,
It's the world in a hand.
How'd you come up with that saying though? Break that down for me.
I just thought about it one day. I mean, because, God teaches everybody to love everybody. As your neighbor and your enemy. You can only trust a few people.
Sure.
Life will teach you can only trust a few. And just my parents, they taught me to feel nobody. You don't feel nobody. Because the minute you feel somebody, they become inferior to you. So they can always dominate you in any aspect of what you're trying to do. So I just operate like that. Love all, trust few, feel none. And that's how I move around.
That's That's great. I think it's great that you put it in the truth, love, and fear, because for me the other side of truth, love, and peace is fear, power, and novelty. So this is the light side and the dark side. Yeah. So it's great to hear other people use the same terminology, because when I came up with that terminology, that's just my interpretation of all the shit other people have taught me.
That's all the shit I done dealt with.
Yeah, so I think everybody, sooner or later, when you think about it, comes to those same conclusions. Like, there has to be some commonality somewhere. So I love hearing it when people use the same terminology I do. It's all the same concept, I think, because like you were saying earlier, rule number 1, don't be a dick.
Right.
And so you start there, and then things like that flesh it out. But how about you, Phil?
Well, I don't know. Growing up in the South, it's definitely weird with religion and stuff. It's
Right.
very forced on you.
Bible
my
Belt.
parents, their family were Methodists, so.
Episcopalian for that. I was raised Episcopalian. Episcopalian. Yeah, there you go.
It's the same sort. Episcopalian's a little more
Catholic light. Yeah, Catholic light.
Methodist is very methodical, and so you kind of just see people moving through the same motion, going through the same motions, and it just seems kind of thoughtless, like everybody's just wandering around, and I don't like that. And being raised to have a critical mind and worry about things more than what the good book has to say, and then also as a kid I started, you can see how the stories correlate,
Sure.
The First Testament is a bunch of sacrifices or sacrificial elements or stories, and then it's all just precursor to the big sacrifice. Me personally, I like to think that I'm an agnostic deist. I believe in some higher power because it might as well be something. Sure. I don't want to write it off immediately.
Yeah.
Let's see what we're working with, and then if there is a God, he's definitely not listening when you're praying before a football game. In the locker, I'll tell you that. He's got a lot bigger fish to fry. I think that, if anything, it's the clockmaker theory.
Yeah.
He built the world, turned the key, and set it into motion.
Yeah.
From there's nothing to be done.
I like that. That's very interesting. I got distracted in the middle of what you were saying. We were talking about what God could be, and I've got a new idea on what that consciousness is. When we talk about people praying and whether or not that's valuable, we know that in big group scenarios, collective consciousness is a real thing. The Collective Consciousness Project, it's out there, and you've heard of, and this is kind of off the bent of religion, but it gets back to what we know and what we believe. So I'll connect the dots in a second. But you've heard of Rupert Sheldrake. You're gonna take that one, yeah. That one's way better. So Rupert Sheldrake did this experiment, and like any private eye knows, you don't stare at somebody that you're trying to follow because they'll feel like they're being watched. So I think what that is, and this is, I haven't heard anybody else say this yet, so this is brand new. I've been thinking about this the last couple of days. I think what's happening is the same thing that happens when we fall in love. And the same thing that happens when the collective consciousness comes into effect. When enough people focus on the same thing, what happens is the collective consciousness, like consciousness, what is God? This big consciousness that is everything, becomes aware of itself. And it gets to see itself. And so there are these little moments of, holy shit, what's going on? And that's what gets people's attention. But that's why falling in love is so addictive, because you've got this other person that is thinking about you. And so it becomes this feedback loop of consciousness becoming aware of itself. And I think that has a lot to do with what the God, they call it the God delusion if you look at it from a magnetic brain standpoint, in that the phenomenon that occurs. But the feeling of not being alone, and that there is a higher power and something like that. I think that has to do with our connection to other people.
Oh yeah. Well, and then that also had to do with like ruling. If you get back to it, that was like setting a society and like giving it bylines and rules to uphold, and at least in public.
And I also think that a lot of people believe in religion they look towards it because, like, when we die, we don't know what the fuck happens. Like, nobody knows.
Well,
some people say they know.
Right.
But they, you know what I'm saying? And so they look at that like, one day, like, no matter what happens here, I'll get to see my family and my friends and all these people who are my dogs that I've loved. Everyone will be there, and it'll be this great thing. And that's where we'll be. And so it's a comforting thing that, like, I'll do good because I know that I'll be judged. And at least from a Catholic standpoint, it's a very, thing like that. And I really believe that, like, I don't know what happens when we die. So I'm kind of, like, down for the trip, man. Like, whatever happens, happens,
Like that's where it's supposed to be.
We die and, like,
I mean, you worry about yourself sick, man.
Yeah, man.
It's pretty simple. People just make it complicated. If you just do right by people and try to do right, live like, righteous, you probably come out pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean,
something else that ties back to, and exactly what you just said, the being responsible to each other and being connected to nature. I think it's really hard to be a good person and to be mean to other people if you don't have all these distractions.
Yeah.
If you put yourself naked in the woods, an iPhone is not the first thing you're going to reach for. It's some help, right?
Fucking stick or something.
Yeah.
See, the problem is a lot of people do reach for the phone because, now I need to call someone. I need to call them help.
These are the worst thing ever invented right now, man. Everybody like this now.
Do I have any signal?
There's no conversation, no more, none of that.
A lot of people's mindset is like, you stick someone, just drug them up, stick them in the fucking woods naked. Where's my phone? I need to call someone. Like, someone needs to help me.
I need an Uber ride.
It's not like now. See, a lot of people aren't on that wavelength. A lot of people aren't.
That's one of the reasons I like the psychedelics, man. I think the psychedelic revolution that's coming is gonna blow some minds.
I got a pot.
Yeah, go for it, man.
That's why, like, the men fear that stuff, because nature is the one thing that can defeat them. Like, I mean, the elements. If you think about it, like.
Oh yeah. Like we lose to hurricanes, we lose to earthquakes, earthquakes,
Earthquakes, baby.
earthquakes, flood pies.
It's
Right,
eventual.
that's the one that's coming.
Yeah, and so like, that's why systems are against that.
Yeah, let's.
Yeah, that one. It's one of
This one.
whatever
This
this one. That one. Okay. That one. There's no word. But no,
This is Nick, everybody. He's helping
Nick,
us out. Hit
goes
that
out.
and see if it hits. Hit that and see if it hits. Hit it and see if it hits. Oh.
That'd be me.
Yeah, I don't think it's a hose. It's the valve in that one. Yeah, it's all right. We'll worry about it later. Thanks, though.
Yeah, maybe the valve.
We're all right. We got plenty to smoke.
We're good.
Thanks, Nick. It was a good try.
But no, I do believe that psychedelics definitely had an influence on my life. Looking,
Oh, yeah?
Looking more, seeing the world in a different way. That's actually, this is happening right now. It's a different, I don't know, questioning things. Your mind goes in other places and goes and wanders and thinks about things that it normally wouldn't. So I definitely think that has something to do with my openness.
Yeah.
To hear, I definitely do. But, and to be okay with the fact that we die. It's the thing that happens, and then we don't. I'm curious to see what you say about knowing. Do you know? Has anyone done research about knowing what we do when we die, or is that?
People have.
It's different scenarios, but different.
Yeah. Does anybody have any favorites?
I'd like to believe that when we die, I'm sitting here and I die right here, and whatever's inside me, that conscious mind,
They just get up and walk out.
It's like, oh fuck, I died, and then I'm like, oh, I could go anywhere right now.
Yeah.
And I just fucking
They're like a soul just
go
leave.
off into the fucking whatever's out there, and go explore, do whatever. Honestly, though, what I think happens, we probably die, and as our brain is fucking going nuts, we have this little beep, and in that second, it feels like eternity. And we're just sitting there, and we're like, oh shit, Phillip's here. Oh fuck, Tracy, my dog's here that died, and my mom, and like, everyone's here, and this is heaven. Oh my god, I made it. And it's like, in that second, it's an eternity, and it's like, there you go, right there.
Yeah.
And that's the rest of your, what goes on. What happens, it's like a dream. It just kind of eventually.
That's interesting, though, that you can, that the eternal afterlife is the moment in which you die.
So when
That's
you
an
when you
interesting
got hit
thought.
by the flatbed, was it a near-death experience? Or not really? You just got hit real hard.
I was in shock.
I'm asking because
Yeah.
everybody that's had that near-death experience,
Yeah.
they always say your whole life flashed before your eyes and was like broke down and almost it's detailed.
Like, where did you get run over?
Yeah.
Did you like roll all the way over?
Yeah, so I was on a hayride at a church camp, Camp Beckwith, not too far from here, over in Mobile, and had a great time. Was on this little hayride, fell off, went under the wheel. It hit the side of my leg, and you know how a tire will turn on a stump? Tore everything off the side of my leg. At which point my brain said, and this was the near-death experience part, I was in enough trauma that my body immediately went into shock, which is your brain going, you don't need to remember this. You don't need to be here for this. It's the moment when the predator catches the prey,
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, like, horrible things are happening to you. You need to not watch this. Click.
Yeah.
And then I came to a little bit after that, and my surgeries and rehab and all kinds of things later. So, in a way, a near-death experience. The damage that was done to my leg, I could have bled out eventually, but there wasn't an immediate threat. It was more of an immediate threat that I would lose my leg. The first conversation I had with the medical professional on site that happened to be my mother was, and I was 13 at the time, 12, almost 13. I looked at my mom and was like, Mom, femoral artery, am I going to lose my foot? Like, we're having this medical conversation while I'm on the table. So it was intense. It was very intense.
I don't think I'm gonna die.
No?
I think I'm gonna live forever.
Do tell.
Yeah.
Because I've seen people die, but I think it's more like a transition. You know what I'm saying? You just transition to another life. That's just me. I don't think I'm gonna die. I think I'm gonna live forever. And when I tell people that, they be like, man, crazy hell, everybody gonna die. But that's just me though. I think I'm gonna live forever.
See, I don't know. I like the idea that, like, you could be held in eternity.
I don't want to be held in one space though, because it's like because if you think about it, like we here now, like
See, thinking so much
I don't want to be that way.
I don't want to be here
but
forever.
When I think about things and I see what goes down, I look at scientific shit, and then I'm
Like I wouldn't want
Like
to
a
come.
near-death experience.
Yeah, like they say you might come back as something else. I don't want to do that.
Reincarnation.
Yeah, I don't want to come back as nothing else. I don't want to come back as a ghost.
Yeah.
Like I just rather transition to another phase in life.
See, but like, I almost just want to be like, I want it to be like,
I don't want to be in. That's why I say I want to live forever. Cause
But
I
say
mean,
you
I'm
say that, but what if you die
I'm gonna live a
tomorrow?
really long life anyway.
But what if you did? What if you did?
Then it was a nice little life.
See, that's the thing. That's
would
the funny thing.
anybody really want to live like 100 years old? Though? I think when you get that old, man, you be like, because I know a guy, I know somebody like 98. I mean, he's still vibrant, but man, that's old though. Like,
See, now, if
kinda
I could be
pushing.
like some kind of vampire and like walk around in my body for like
But I mean, he's still-
1,000
he's
years,
still
I'd do that
vibrant.
shit.
Still
I'd love
same
that shit,
form.
man.
That's old, man.
But
I don't
no,
wanna
if you're
live
like,
that old.
yeah, we'll be like 200 years old.
Yeah, that's
with
too
all that
damn
shit,
old for
all
me,
the
man.
McDonald's we've been eating, all the preservatives are just staying
It's
alive.
like technology's advanced.
230 years old.
Like, man, that's
But see, that's why life's so valuable. You know, you gotta like deal with that inevitable reality that it might be nothing on the other side. You know, so soak up every.
I got faith in some on the other side, man. I think it's some
See,
on the
with
other side. I
near-death
got faith.
experiences and stuff like that's what makes me wonder, and like because people do actually see things when they're out, you know, and like or they're like being revived, you know.
Yeah. Dr. Michael Weiss wrote a book called Many Lives, Many Masters, and is one of the 4 leading experts parapsychology. He set out to disprove this past life nonsense, in his words. And devout Christian, according to the prologue, and he proved himself wrong. He hypnotized a hypnotherapist, and he hypnotized so many people and accidentally regressed a couple people into past lives that he set out to study it. 1,500 cases later, he pretty much proved to himself and a lot of other people that all of these people were having, all of his clients that he was hearing these stories from were corroborating evidence independently. They were just able to share something that is unique. The same way that people talk about the DMT space or psilocybin, you know, and that there are these commonalities between people's experiences. And then it went from there. You know, then there were some other researchers that decided they were going to look into reincarnation. They found these kids that talk about these past lives and had what seemed to be more information than they should have. And this professor went up and he's like, I'm proving this shit wrong. And he came back and he's like, I can't explain it, but it's probably real. Like, man.
And I think that goes back, you know, I think about that sometimes too, man, because you talk about the collective mind, you talk about that, or collective consciousness and falling in love with someone. I do think we're all connected somehow.
Yeah.
And there's no doubt in my mind that you get on a, you know, that same wavelength with somebody. It's like, whoa, you know what I'm
I
saying?
don't even think it necessarily have to be a spiritual level. Just like 2 people can connect. Just you might not know each other for months, and then just boom, it's just like y'all know each other for years. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy like that. And it might be somebody you've known for years, and y'all relationship nowhere near the same as somebody you met 2 days ago. It's just, I mean, it's just, some people just click. It's just, you got that click.
Now, see, and that goes back to, like I was saying, consciousness. You know, the way, I think it has to do with our awareness of the way other people perceive us. And so the way we know that someone's watching us from behind is because we can recognize our own image in their mind. And it raises a red flag. And we're like, why am I over there instead of over here? And when that consciousness becomes aware of itself, it looks back and goes, oh shit, this is a different thing. And that, but at the root, you have to ask, well, what is that? What is that awareness? It has to be vibration. It seems like it has to be vibration. In my world, it's vibration. Because that's where the root of everything, these sounds, these vibrations. But the collective consciousness thing, just to expound, they have these random number generators all around the world, 73 different locations now. And in times of world attention, 9/11 being the best example, the random number generators stop randomly generating numbers. And they become less unpredictable and more predictable, which means there has to be some kind of influence. The speculation is that having enough people focused on a specific event causes this. And the studies over and time again show that hold that up. So it's a really interesting phenomenon. I think it comes down to electromagnetism and vibration. That we all emanate this aura, which is really just what the Hindus talked about as the chakras, which is really just electromagnetism, which we are all generating all the time.
Because it's weird, like, man, I can pick, like, somebody don't even have to say nothing, and if I'm just around them and I just get a bad vibe, I just don't talk to them.
Yeah.
And people be like,
Vibe.
how do you know that? I'm like, man, it's just they aura not right. So I be like, man, it's just I can't deal with them.
Mm-hmm. And I think being in tune with that has a lot to do with flow states, like being in the zone. You know, you ever seen people just like, hit that shot over and over and over again, never miss the trash can. Michael Jordan never missed a goddamn basket. Like being in that zone is the ability to, like in samurai culture, they talked about too many minds, you know, and having no minds and being able to let all that shit go. I think that's the same thing, being in the zone. Get down, you find that one good vibration, and you can feel it in other people.
Oh, definitely. That's funny though. Like being in the zone, that can like turn people away from you. Like I can get so caught up in
So
my
focused.
mind, and then like when I'm going from one place to another, like it was a conversation
We
I
had
had
a
with my
podcast
buddy in
this
high
year
school.
for
I don't know. I was going to, I don't want to be rude. He looked like he was doing something. Zeke,
I think he was like, no, when I see you walking, I don't want to like, I don't even want to fuck with you. Like I don't want to, because you look like angry sometimes when you're walking. And it's like, no, I'm not angry. I'm just in my head thinking about all sorts of things, just letting the wheels turn. You know? But that can make people like vibrate away from you, I guess, so to speak. And then like when you're walking around, if you, even with just a smile, you know, that can make people approach you a lot more.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and then mirror neurons and all that good stuff.
Yeah, because I get it a lot. I'm not approachable.
Really?
Yeah, because I don't like to smile. But I just always been that way. I just rather if I come into some place I'm not, familiar with, I just catch a corner and I just scope out the whole spot, look at the people, and then until I get comfortable, then I eventually come out my shell.
Yeah.
But like, I'm just not the type of person that be like, hey, how you doing, this, that, and third. So they be like, you're not friendly. It ain't the fact that I'm not friendly. I just need to get my comfort level.
Just don't know you.
Yeah, I just don't know you like that.
See,
Like,
that's where like I had a big clash, like going into high school.
Yeah.
Like when being the oldest of like two teachers, like my parents would just throw me on display, or like they would have a
hate
gift
that.
for somebody. They'd be like, go take it to my friend. I'd be like, that's your friend. You take it to him.
Yeah.
They're like, no, you're the oldest of the family. You're supposed to do it. And I'm like, well, I can't say anything to that because I'm gonna, like, you have all the cards against me now.
Obligated.
Like, and
go ahead.
well, no. Then, like going into high school, I was just like, screw all that. I'm just gonna focus on me. And then, like, that's when it seemed like I was being unapproachable.
but see, I think the parents see more in you than you do. So they might be like, well, maybe
They're
he.
just trying to push you out
Yeah,
there.
maybe like.
And my parents never, thank you, Zeke. My parents never pushed me on anyone, but I was very, my parents talked about, I was a little kid, in the elevator, somebody was like,
Hey, how you doing?
hey, what's going on? I talked to him like I was a fucking grown dude, what? And then I think that goes back to like also my mom always talked to me like a human being, never like, well, what you want, And my mom was like, hey, what kind of shoe should I wear? And I'm like, down. She's like, okay.
Treating you like
And
a
then
human being.
wear that shoe. You know what I'm saying? Like what I said mattered, and what So I was I could talk to anybody, do that, and I'm still that way, man. I can strike up a conversation, but nowadays it's like only if I really fucking want to. Because I know how people are, and I know it. Like you said, I can get that vibe.
You can
I
get
can
that vibe, man.
I can kind of eavesdrop on you. And I'm like, yeah, I see what kind of fucking person this is. Like, I don't want anything to
I don't
do with
even
you.
want to even go that route.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because it ain't gonna do nothing but turn into a confrontation.
Now, and I could.
9 times out of 10, it's gonna go that way. So you gotta have that. It's called a give a discernment. You gotta have that discernment to be like, if I sit here and I indulge in this conversation, we already gonna hit a crossroads or where something's gonna end up happening. So
Gonna be a dispute.
yeah,
And it ain't worth it. And like there's so many people nowadays, you gotta like be prepared to have
to have that
like,
confrontation or
that
know how to handle
altercation
it.
in your
Like,
mind,
hey.
But honestly, when I talk to someone, like if I random dude, just like old dude, I can tell we're not clicking, but he's still oh, it's fucking hot today. I'm like, yeah, it is, man. How you doing? And I still bullshit with him,
Shoot the shit.
You know what I'm
At that
saying?
point,
I'm a
so-
bullshitter from the way back when, but it's just it's,
I'm
if
cool
I
with shooting
really
shit.
want
I
to
do
talk
that all
to you,
day.
if
I
I
do
really
that
was
all
going
day.
to talk and we're going to have a conversation,
Conversation.
I gotta really feel you, bro.
See, this is one of the reasons I never took the kilt off, because it makes it really easy to filter out idiots in public. Like, when people come up to me and go, oh man, I love your kilt. Let me tell you this story about somebody that's not here that wore a kilt one time. You're an asshole. Like, you do not need to hear this story. Like, I just don't care.
You ain't gonna ask me why I'm wearing it. Like, that ain't got nothing to do with me.
Like,
High school, he totally wore a kilt all the time.
yeah,
Like,
he was good.
He was just like you.
Yeah.
He had a beard and everything. Yeah.
And thank you, wonderful. Bye.
Appreciate it.
That's the extent of that conversation. There's just nothing else to add. It's not like, oh, by the way, what do you think of the way lasers fluoresce? And you're not gonna have a physics
Shit
conversation.
about what you got
on
going
that.
on. All he want to do is address the fact this man got a kilt on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know somebody wore a kilt.
People want it to be about, the me culture. We were talking about screens earlier and people getting in their own heads. There's a lot of that. People want it to all be about me, and they forget it's not. It's fucking about me. Zeke, I feel like you should come over here and hang out on this side.
Come out. Come hang.
Come kick it with a Z.
You seem bored over there. Are we entertaining you? I laughed. No, it's all right. I just felt like putting Zeke on the spot. Fucking awesome. Thank you again for letting us do all this at the Tinderbox. So while we're putting in drink orders, plug-wise, at Tinderbox in Mobile and truthloveandpeace.com, Compton Smith, for those of you checking it out and want to check out more. You got anything you want to plug, Trey?
I guess I could plug my Instagram.
Fuck yeah. Plug your Instagram.
I slang coke.
You sling coke?
Yeah.
C-O-K-E?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Fucking sugar bastard.
Hi, Trey. I got you, bro.
Which is crazy because people they'll follow me on Instagram. They'll be like, I slang coke. Like, really, you just gonna put that out there? You're a drug dealer. They just go to show you the mind state of people. They be like, man, I worked for Coca-Cola for 10 years. I slang coke. Like, I worked for Coca-Cola. Like, it ain't even a negative connotation behind it. But
It's only one of the ingredients, man.
So it just stuck. Like, I think I started my Instagram right around the time I started working at Coke, and then I'm like, hell, I work at Coke. I slang coke.
So, all right. Well, with all that stories, we're not going to talk about Coke's history.
Yeah, that we not. Yeah,
We'll leave that for another episode. I don't want you to get in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
Or me out in their business practices.
Oh, we are. I think everybody already know.
Yeah. Fascinatingly enough, I will tell this story because I can't not now. Coke, because they still import coca leaves to use in their products, they don't actually use the coke that's made, but the coca leaves that Coke imports have to go through the government, and then all the coke that gets made from those coca leaves is made by the government for medical grade coke applications, with mostly eye drops and like a superficial numbing agent.
Go taking over everything.
So yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
For those of you on Facebook, that's Zeke over there, and he doesn't have a lapel mic, so he's gonna talking to Phil and Kurt's tits. I love how both of them squeeze together like
It's like a Tupac video.
yeah.
That's sexy. Yeah.
Nick, you want to pee on somebody so we can get this to the next level and make it a P Diddy, make it an R Kelly thing?
No.
Whoever that was, I don't know.
I think
Some
he's gonna piss
rapper.
on all of us.
Or did he?
I think I'm
Did he?
Yeah.
Did he or did he? But God damn, one day I'll write a joke.
So what everybody smoking? What you got?
Oh man, I think this is an
Since we
after
doing it,
dinner.
we all have to
Yes, it's right at the
tinderbox.
tinderbox.
We need to let them know what we're doing.
There we go.
This is an after dinner tobacco, and it's just one of my old school little Dr. Grabo pipes. I love these little cheap Dr. Grabos. They're awesome. What kind of cigar you got there?
I got a Gurkha.
What the hell is that?
Gurkha. Pretty good brand.
You like
It's a
that?
fatty daddy.
I don't even know. I think it's like a medium body. Official release. Cast name. This is a new one here. It's pretty good.
Nice.
I am rolling a
Rolling.
cigarette.
Oh, yeah?
From some Amsterdam shag.
Yeah,
I
that's-
want to say swag, but it's shag.
The good stuff. No seeds and stems.
There
No
you go.
swag.
There you go. Not that swag. It's
None of that.
and a little menthol tip.
Oh,
Smoking swagberry.
that's
Swag.
right.
And
That's
the
right.
Swag.
Oh,
Love the
shag,
swag.
not swag. Never mind.
Is it shag or swag?
It's shag. No,
It's
that's
shag.
shag.
That's
It's
shag.
shag.
That's
Amsterdam shag.
But there's no swag involved.
And that's a gurgle.
And that's a gurgle.
And I'm smoking. You can't get these in.
Don't worry about it.
Hold on now.
Don't worry about
Don't
it. We're not
worry
plugging
about
them.
it. We're not plugging any
We're
of
not
that.
plugging big
The
tobacco
hookah gurgle?
here.
Huh?
No.
What the hell?
Keep talking.
Oh,
And I don't have any more social media accounts, so I'm plugging life.
you got
Get
hacked.
out there and do it.
Y'all need to stop hacking people.
I used
Good.
to be, fuck all you hackers. I used to be the Fluff Dog Billionaire. Go on.
Now
and
that's a
take
name
it.
now.
That's
a name.
a good one. That's a good one.
Fluff
Is
Dog
that what it
Thomas
was?
Finley,
So
good to
somebody
see you,
else-
man.
Somebody else hacked you, and that's why you had pictures of ladies.
Some
and
girl.
And
She started sending her messages, and then
no, it was a dude. You sent me a message. Your
I don't know.
message said go follow him. It was just pictures
Yeah.
of ladies.
it's so weird.
That dude was not even trying. He's just
Yeah, he wants to be a photographer, and that's what the message said.
Oh, so
Like
he
that.
hacks people?
I guess
You should-
so, and then that's how he gets followers.
Use your powers for good and be an anonymous.
Yeah, I was gonna say from anonymous to photographer.
I guess it's all he knows. This guy's got a cool name. I'm gonna take over his account. Fluff Dog. All
And
right.
I don't even
Dog.
have that many followers, so he's like really barking up.
Maybe he wanted that name.
He wanted
was
that
like,
name. He like, fuck that.
I
know
gotta
that,
find this
Like, I swore I wasn't gonna hack anymore, but this name.
Like this guy,
gotta
this
have
will be
his
the
name.
last job.
I am the fuck dog.
Hey, what
Who is this
if
guy?
what if he hit you back and be like, I'll say you back your name for like $100.
I'll be like, keep it. Fuck you, man. I don't even want my name anymore.
Plug anything. You can follow me on Instagram, Curtis_Joyner. I don't have a cool name like Phillip, but you can find me easily. So there's that.
There you
Good
go.
looking artwork on there. So feel
Yeah,
free
yeah.
to enjoy.
Just find me at Tinderbox Tuesdays to Saturday.
Yeah, come to the Tinderbox to see Z.
That's a solid plug.
Yeah,
That one actually has. some
come to
purpose.
the Tinderbox.
We be here.
There are.
Probably a terrible bartender. Probably shouldn't be on this.
I mean,
No, you.
that's a good way to manage.
It look like everybody good though.
Yeah.
There.
Hey, shout over here if you need some booze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need alcohol?
And thanks to our audience, we got Nick and Thomas and Cheetah Shine. What's going on over there? Everybody at the bar, thank y'all. Yeah. Here. Applause sound good on microphone. That's great. Applause break.
We'll just have it labeling in the background. Ding, applause.
Zeke's gonna be our applause meter. I like it. I like it. Well, okay. So, is there anything that anybody wanted to talk about that hasn't been brought up yet? I mean, current affairs. We didn't get too far into that.
I know we talked about you want to talk about other podcasts.
Yeah, we can do other podcasts. Like sharing information is a big deal. So, if anybody's got favorite podcasts they want to plug,
I do.
yeah. Who do you like listening to?
85 South Show.
What's that about?
That shit's good. That shit's
I
fun.
mean, they basically just now they're doing like live podcasts where they just go from city to city. They just roast. They have a roast session.
Oh, cool.
They got DC Young Fly, Carlos Miller, and Chico Bean.
That's the one you showed me. Yeah.
They just go around roasting people. Then you got mine. I like Brilliant Idiots. You got Charlamagne the God and Andrew Schultz.
Yeah.
And I Drink Champs. We got Nori, old rapper. He just go around interviewing older rappers and just.
Oh,
I
cool.
like watching so.
What would a Truth, Love, and Peace roast session look like? Would it be super nice or would it be?
A truth, love, and peace roast session. No.
Haircut.
So think about it. The worst part of getting tore down is when somebody tells you the truth.
That shit gonna be.
So it's
horrendous.
actually way harsher because
You
it's
really
not
mean-
funny at all.
And then you love them and then it's peaceful. Then you give them a hug.
That's-
Well, it's because you have to come to terms with all the shittiness so that you can break through that and be at peace. So, like the saying goes, truth will teach you to love yourself or teach you to be loved, which will bring you peace.
So
So that roast would look like, we're gonna tell you how, like, if we were gonna sit here and roast me, it would be something along the lines of, you crazy manic depressive schizophrenic, like just list off all the horrible things that I struggled to
Okay, I
overcome.
love you at the end.
Yeah, and then be like,
I
now.
was worried it'd be more like constructive criticism.
no.
Oh no. Like this is what you need to do better.
Yeah. Just a whole lot of truth. It's not funny though. It's just truth.
Yeah.
It's just the truth.
And
Yeah.
then you're like, I really love you.
Your power bill's overdue.
What do you think with your dog today? Dude, I did it.
Your cat doesn't love you. It's all kinds of horrible things.
That trash has been staking up in kitchen, so we gotta get on that.
Yeah, that's
You're right.
They got
You're
suicide
right.
written all over.
It's okay. I love
That ain't
it.
gonna end
Thank
well.
you. Your
That
truth,
ain't well
your
at
truth,
all.
love, and peace, really.
Your political decisions are mildly okay.
But if we were gonna do a roast, we'd do it from the fear, power, and novelty side. So it would be like, it'd be way more entertaining. So we'd call everybody out on their fears. That'd be more a traditional roast.
Yeah, definitely get into the root of a normal roast, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. What are you scared of?
What am I scared of?
I want to know what everybody's scared of.
Man, I don't know. Not much. Not
Dying
much.
alone. That
Yeah.
sounds
Like
like
what-
that sounds
what-
like a plausible ending. But I mean, every animals die alone. That's how it is.
Flying cockroach.
You know.
Flying cockroaches.
Flying fucking cockroach.
Valid.
Man, hey, them motherfuckers take off. Hey, I'm gone.
Cockroaches are already gonna live through
But you
the
scared of
nuclear
that? Like,
war.
you
so
really
the fact that
scared?
Man, listen, man. Look, I'm gonna tell you the story. What happened?
Alright.
Like I think I was going into like my 7th or 8th grade year in high school. Middle school. Just like the day before school, I'm getting my stuff together, and then I'm asleep. So I got my, I sleep with the lights off. So I hear some shit like, I'm like, what the fuck is that noise? What the fuck? So I turn the light on. Goddamn flying cockroach on the headboard. Man, I hopped up out the bed, hit it. I'm like, well, maybe it ain't a flying cockroach, but maybe just a cockroach. And I hit it with a shoe, and shit took out flying toward me. I ain't sleep no room for 3 days.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh,
I'll revise my answer. Finding a bug in my ear, that would
Yeah.
be fucked. Dude, like you
So
find
that's what,
see
like,
those
if you were
things
Harry
where bugs
Potter
are
and the
in your ear?
Dementor came, you would have a bunch of flying cockroaches and you would just have a bunch of bugs in your ear.
I guess so. They would be pouring out.
Man,
I mean, that doesn't sound terrible. Even doing excess is terrible.
Even worse of them pouring out than pouring in. Because then you know that there's just more and more coming.
Would that be the same as like just cheesecake falling out of your
I
mouth?
don't know. I don't have
that
too many
that
big
doesn't
like
sound too bad.
fear
You just get gorged with
fears.
cheesecake.
so you ain't scared of nothing?
Suffocating on cheesecake.
See, it's weird to say like that. I don't like being out.
Much worse ways to die than being force-fed cheesecake.
You don't like cheese, baby?
Oh, I love
Oh.
cheesecake. That's what I'm saying. There are a lot worse ways to die.
So you're stuck I've been rolled a cigarette from the tinderbox.
There you go.
Tender
Yes,
stick.
That's a nice plug, G.
Tender
You
stick
gonna
original.
plug, nice plug.
That's the only one I
Now put up the ad.
Roll the commercial.
Click here for more.
A word from our sponsors. Smoky.
What is that smell? I'm down to the tinder box.
Your clothes will reek. After you
Smells
Guaranteed.
It's like the 1950s all over again.
No, man, I don't like like being out in the open water. I know there's bigger things out there in the ocean.
Nobody likes being food, Curtis.
Right, and so like I don't like that. And like if I was like in a plane, I've never been on a big plane. The first plane I ever got into, I jumped out of skydiving. So like I'm not.
I think that's a fear, going flying and then the plane.
And
I think
like,
that's
if the
the
plane
norm
crashed-
though. Like the plane, like the shit just stopped and you in the air, you like.
And then you're like out in open ocean, like that would.
Because I think that was my fear when I went on my honeymoon. Like we went to the Bahamas, so I'm thinking that's the same thing. I'm like, man, we on this ship, but like anything can happen. I'm in the middle of the open water. Like I don't know what the hell out here. You don't see nothing but water around. You don't see no land. Like I can only tread water for so damn long before I know I'm gonna get ate.
Yeah.
So-
Man, that shit's cool though. Like, why are we messing with space when we still don't know about like 80% of like the ocean? I I mean,
We still
it is 75% of the world, but we still haven't gone down to
We
the
still don't fuck with the
depths.
Amazon.
Yeah, there are parts of the world that we don't know, but I mean, we're finding new species of fish every day. It's awesome.
Yes.
It's awesome.
You and James Cameron.
Oh yeah, I'll
Hey.
be right down there. I'm gonna save up for my own little
Okay.
submarine. I'll roll
Y'all
up
have
here.
that.
Hell,
Y'all
man.
have that. Y'all can have that. I'm not
Yeah.
going down in the
Well,
ocean.
I mean,
The bottom
it's
of
gonna.
the abyss.
Nah,
The world's
I'm
gonna
not
flood
fucking-
anyway. I mean, you might as well get used to the
Embrace it.
water.
I like the shorelines. I like being.
I can
in
deal with
ships.
control.
shoreline's
I
dimension.
can deal with a pool.
I like that.
Shoreline's
I like
dimension.
it.
I can deal with a pool.
I can deal
There-
with
Get
there's
married
nothing
to
that
the
can eat me.
shoreline.
Yeah, it's control water.
Yeah.
Like, man, it's just somebody,
No.
the fear of not having control. Just,
But scared.
The most dangerous thing in a pool is creepy uncle, man.
We just had 4th of July. So that's all you
Or
creepy uncles.
a good pantsing if you're in middle school.
man.
That.
Oh man, I'd take the shark attack either way. It's
Definitely.
way better story.
Definitely.
Way better. Way less therapy too. Goodness.
Childhoods. I
Oh yeah, I got one of those.
think we all have one.
Right? Right.
What else we die from? Stingray? You die from?
Zeke got
Steve
stung by a
Irwin.
stingray?
Yeah, Steve Irwin
I
died.
got stung by a stingray.
Stingray survivors.
Zeke, what they had to
I should get a show. Steve Irwin died from that show.
Yeah.
do? What they had to do? Kiss on your leg?
Oh, damn.
That's the jellyfish, yeah. They
That
kiss on your leg.
Nah,
for
that's
the
a
jellyfish.
barb. A stingray is like a barb in your foot.
It's like a knife.
I bled for like a while.
But did it get infected? No.
Cut it off.
It got all swollen and stuff from the whatever poison sting.
I'm good, man. That's why I'm gonna deal in control water and mess with the shoreline. That's it. As far as I'm not going out there. When the tide go out, I bench out. But when I see the tide coming in, we get my ass on back to the shoreline.
I fly my drone out over the water to make sure there's nothing swimming out there before I go. And then, yeah, it's gotta
But like if you watch the news lately, man, this stuff not supposed to be where it's at. Like they just caught a croc in like salt water.
Yeah.
Like, what
Oh,
they doing?
man, it's
Like,
crazy.
man,
I mean,
hey,
it's awesome.
I don't know
man.
what's going on, but whatever they got going on out there, I'm good.
It's called climate change.
Yeah, things that are awesome can be really scary too.
I'm good.
So like, but yeah, there have been herds of manatee, like 20 of them come through like Dog River and stuff.
I'm just excited for there to be whales in the bay.
That'd be great.
See, they're just perfect though. You go out there, watch the moon, you
Yeah, right. I live on the bay, right? I live on the bay. So I
The
just
day
feel like every
that
day.
it washes up on the shore and then it just starts stinking up for a mile.
like what movie was that? Castaway, when Tom Hanks was laying and then the damn whale roll over and look at him. Zeke got that. The whale just pop up and look at Zeke.
That's my way. I'm like, what y'all get some plankton.
You just have buckets of plankton.
We definitely got that. That's
Just
awesome.
grabbing
I
thousands
thought I was
of
being
plankton by the
smooth.
fistful.
What'd you do?
Curtis answered his phone to know how lapel mics work.
Well, if I just cover this, that'd probably good.
All that.
Too funny.
Those sound waves.
That's okay.
Mac, he's on his way. Mac,
Oh.
Everybody gives a shit.
Mac.
So what y'all eating tonight?
I just ordered Mediterranean
I
sandwich company.
figured. Mediterranean.
I knew I should have waited.
I'm a fiend for that.
So we get sponsorship.
Shout out to Mediterranean
Yeah,
Sandwich
that's
Company for bringing my shit. And Dapper. Pay me, bitch. No, I'm
Screw
just kidding.
Dapper for your extra charges and go Mediterranean.
This is what we do at the
Sandwich
Tinderbox.
Company.
Yeah.
Smoke and eat.
Yeah. And eventually we'll tell some jokes.
Yeah.
Tonight. Tonight. Yes. Oh, yes. Much drinking.
Oh, much drinking.
Much drinking.
Drinking water.
And I don't have anything else that I wanted to talk about except current events. If you guys want to delve into the current state of the world.
Ooh, I would like to plug a couple of podcasts. Only two.
Yeah. Who do you like? Like, what do you listen to?
All right. First off, Harmontown.
Oh, yeah. Good
Dan
one. Good
Harmon.
one.
It's a free form, like audience-based podcast where it's all just organic in the moment. They talk about weird things that they come about in daily life and bring up audience members. It's pretty cool. But then also the big one I wanted to plug is Bodega Boys.
Oh yeah.
Jesus and Mero.
Jesus and Mero,
They
yeah.
just got moved from Viceland to Showtimes, and so they're making moves. They're going to be the first TV like weekly talk show that Showtime's ever had.
Really?
That'll be cool.
Damn.
I'm really looking forward to see how they move.
Those guys are the best hosts in TV.
Oh yeah.
What's the name of it again?
Bodega Boys, the podcast that they started with. Yeah, but Desus and Mero are the guys that are on it, and they have their own talk show, but they also do this Bodega Boys podcast where they started.
He's switching pipes.
That shit's
Nice.
awesome.
Hell yeah, Bodega Boy. Yes, I'm switching pipes. No, the other one's burnt out.
No, that's just for before 7 o'clock. The other one's for after.
Oh, he got.
No. Like
He got the 7:30 pipes.
Yeah.
It's the 7:30 by the 5 pipes.
That's a big long thing that we should do a smoking show someday, like educate people on
Get your
smokes.
own
Like the cigar
certain
etiquette.
blend.
I can give y'all a cigar etiquette right now. All right, when you're smoking a cigar, you always should twirl the cigar so it'll burn even. So when you take a drag,
Is that why my joint always runs? Because I forget to
that's
rotate it.
You should be spinning it.
you got to spin it and burn even. So that's my cigar tip for today.
Oh yeah, I'll remember that.
There's gonna be just a thing though, a cigar tip.
Cigar tips of the day with Trey.
The pipe tip of the day is don't repack a hot
That'd be
bowl.
nice for the next podcast to do a cigar tip.
Now let's check in with Trey with cigar tips for the day.
We'll just beatbox like some slow jazz thing and just go over it. Perfect.
Oh man, start getting segments in this thing.
Gotta have segments.
Segments, we need segments.
Gotta have segments.
So what you got from Mediterranean?
I got the Dixie chicken.
Trey, you're welcome to be my guest host from now on, man. It's great. Like, you're just over here working and I'm fucking off. Like, hacking my life. I love it.
That's a good question.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I got the Dixie chicken and a salad and some hummus.
Y'all in there hummus, man.
You don't like that?
Nah, man, I can't do the hummus.
What you got against
Oh
chickpeas?
man, I like some hummus.
I tried that one too. I'm like, oh.
I mean, the flavor of hummus is like the, what is it, savor or whatever, with Sabaro, Saboro, and they got like red pepper.
Sabaro?
Not Starburst. Starburst curry, and you just melt it in the
I know
microwave.
what you're talking about now. It's like, some barrel.
That's it right there, ain't it? Damn, they quick. You talking about?
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Ain't that it right there?
Yeah, that's it right there.
Oh, speaking of, you're about to be on camera. You're on camera. Welcome. How's it going? Yeah, right there.
What you got to plug? What you got to plug? Dapper Deliveries, bringing more.
Yeah, hey, Dapper Delivery, DAPPER, kind of. We fasten away to all the other ones. We do this thing big. You feel me? DapperDelivery.com. Hit us up.
There you
Way
go,
better
man.
than wait.
Hey, yeah, that was a good plug.
Alright, man.
That's a good plug right there.
There's an ad for it.
And now
That's another segment. Just
There you go.
Plug segment. What are we eating today?
We don't have to actually eat here on the lapel mics. That would be a horrible idea. So you could give your mic to Zeke if you
oh
want.
yeah,
There you go. Here, just shout out.
I don't know, I kind of want to hear the munchkins though.
I know you
I
do.
want to get that effect.
I know you do. Yeah. So current events was the thinking about talking about it. We don't have to talk about current events.
I
But
haven't
we
really
can.
been plugged in too much. I mean, dude, 4th of July, that shit was crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
that was a week
There
ago.
was some fireworks. Shout out to the Chinese for fireworks.
Thank you, China,
Yeah.
for bailing
No
us
kidding.
out and giving us fireworks.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest, I'm bad at current events.
I am too.
that's okay. You're allowed to be.
I wonder how many people like, dude, some girl that I worked with, like, she got into a crazy boat accident and her friend died on 4th of July.
Somebody was going out in the Gulf for their. I think I told Trey. Maybe I don't know. They were going out for their bachelor party, and one of the guys when he got struck by lightning and died. And I was like,
You're in the ocean on the food chain, and the land thing kills you. Like that's so
That's
long
nature.
time,
It's
man.
really being like, fuck you.
All the
Was this boy like, hey, to be that guy, but those strippers are still coming over. Like, do I need to kill?
Yo, I bet they did. It was gotta be a
Set his ass right up and like toasty as hell.
Like, more expensive to not get the sugar.
You're gonna have to deal with Rooster.
Yeah,
if you can't
silver
pay
crack
the
and
fee.
pop. He's sitting right there.
Like, no, our fridge
What's
is
the
top.
fee? $3,000. But that's how much we were gonna pay her. That's the fee. Poor guys.
He never got a.
Oh man.
Was it the groom or just one of
No, I don't think it was.
Okay.
Now, that would have been that
He went
would
to high
have
school
been.
with my cousin. He was supposedly a real tall guy, so he was the tallest point on the boat.
Damn, that's crazy, man.
Damn.
I'm glad I'm like very average height.
I guess that I could tack that on for fears for me being tall and being struck by lightning.
Yeah, see, I
Yeah, I
don't have to
don't,
worry
yeah,
about
I don't want to fuck with that lightning, man. That's
Nah, 'cause I would-
electricity period.
Yeah.
Especially the low voltage. Ain't that the one where you get the one you can't let go?
Yeah, where
Yeah, I'm good. Like the one where I get that jolt and it just, send me flying. But like the one where I can't let go, I'm pretty good on that one. Like you just sit there, you just.
I used to, my lawnmower was really bad. It was kind of broken up and the spark plug was uncovered. So I was young, I would touch it and I would be like, I got extra powers because I punched the floor, the ground and it made a dent. And I was like, I couldn't do that without that. So I like 8 or 9 times just grabbed it and punched. I was like, yeah, I'm a superhero. Call me lawnmower, man.
Back to that though, or lightning. It would be cool to get struck and live.
Yeah.
See?
And get superpowers from it.
Well, that too. But
Yeah.
even
I
just
don't
one thing,
think you're
that
gonna get no
is-
superpower. If anything, you're gonna get a lot of nervous system
I don't know
damage.
anything about superpower science.
Yeah, I'll bring somebody up here that's been struck by lightning.
Survivor?
And, yeah, she'll tell you all about it.
What's the
she
voltage?
playing golf or
What's the voltage going through a lightning bolt? A lightning strike. Like a-
Way more than I don't know. There are commas in it. Like it's a big number.
Oh god.
I don't know exactly.
See, what do you?
Millions of volts,
What do
I
you
would
say
imagine.
after that? What do you say after you realize that you just got struck by
You probably
lightning?
ain't saying too much of nothing.
Yeah. Good lord.
Just wanted to eat a little appetizer for a second. I haven't eaten anything today.
That's a beautiful thought, man. I mean,
Well,
poor
let me
guy.
just tell you this. There's
All right.
50,000 volts in a taser.
Oh, I've been tased before.
But you have 50,000
How you like that?
volts.
It was more of like a stun taser, not like a taser.
Not like the kind you can't let go of.
Yeah, no, it wasn't one of those like.
Are you reading this right here?
Yeah.
Each bolt can contain up to 1 billion volts.
Oh, there you go.
I'm good.
Like I
I'm-
said, couple commas.
I am so good.
Couple commas.
I'm so
Take that off the
good.
bucket list.
Take that one.
Well,
I
just
do
to
not.
clarify, I wasn't tased by any cops or anything.
That's what I was saying, I'm
I was
like-
tased by a friend, which is even worse. But at least I don't have to say that. I mean, this was in an official capacity. Like this was just drunken shenanigans.
I'm
so,
good, man.
Yeah.
I don't like to play with electricity.
Dude,
Nope.
it is.
What's that old Alabama power thing?
You know what I'm saying? Around electricity.
Oh,
The lightning
what
bug.
what was his
Louis.
name?
Louis the lightning bug.
I am good.
Got to play it safe around
You
electricity.
talked about the power line being down.
Ain't that the old thing?
See, I don't think that was just Alabama power. It's probably
Yeah,
Georgia
probably.
power too.
That's probably everybody.
Yeah.
It was probably just power.
Yeah. See, is that the company's name? Since they just adopt, well, they have Georgia Power too.
And then they got like Southern. No, I think they call it up
Southern
north, like
Power,
Con
North
Ed
Power.
or something like that. up
Yeah.
north.
There are all kinds of them.
Yeah.
That's probably just like the southeast area.
All right, well, enough power company plugs. I need a bathroom break. We've been at this an hour and a half. Time flies. We're having a good time. So thank you guys for joining me. I think this has been a good time. We'll definitely do it again. Thanks to the Tinderbox for having us. Zeke, thank you so much.
Oh yeah.
Thunderbox.
Yeah, thank you guys for joining us.
Anytime.
Thank y'all for hanging out and chilling with us. And I'm not sure which order I need to turn this off in.
How did we do?
So
We did pretty
let's,
good.
Let's do this. We did great. So bye Facebook. We'll see y'all later.